So in today's video, I'm just going to have a quick recap and review of Game Week 9's games, the fixtures that happened over the weekend. Sorry the videos come out a little bit late. I've been away on holiday down in the south coast. My name's Ricardo and this is In Added Time. The first video I'm going to talk about was Friday night's fixture, Leeds at home to West Ham. That was a very interesting game. I know I chose Bowen and DCL to score a few goals there. Neither of them scored, so don't listen to what I have to say. Good result for Leeds, very good. West Ham still struggling a bit under Nuno. He hasn't quite figured out his balance of his team yet. So let's see how that goes from there. The next fixture was on Saturday, Chelsea versus Sunderland. I predicted an easy victory for Chelsea. I was completely wrong. The Sunderland train keeps forging ahead. I found that to be a big upset of the weekend. Sunderland now amassed 17 points. They're looking very comfortable and I'm quite confident that they're going to stay up. Another game was Newcastle at home to Fulham. Newcastle won 2-1. Nick Voltemade, who's been in great scoring form, he didn't score in that game. He did score last night, however, to put them through for the Carabao Cup. It's another loss for Fulham. They're nearing close to the relegation zone. However, I do feel that they're going to be safe as the season continues. Then one of the games I selected as my highlighted game of the weekend was Man United versus Brighton, and it didn't disappoint. It was the highest scoring game of the weekend. Man United at Old Trafford won 4-2. So that's 4 victories in a row for them. Looking very, very good. Brian Mbeumo scoring loads of goals, scored another 2 on the weekend. And it seems like that little attacking trio that they have is starting to pick up points, starting to find each other, and it's working well for Man United. Saturday evening, obviously the biggest disappointment for myself was Liverpool away to Brentford. Liverpool losing that one 3-2. Liverpool are in big trouble. I know in a previous video I said Liverpool are not in crisis. I wouldn't say it's a crisis, but they are in serious trouble. Arne Slot needs to figure out how he's going to play this going forward. Like I said, he needs to stick to as close to last season's team as possible. Joe Gomez should be right back, Robertson left back, and play your informed players up front. Chiesa, Ekitike, and Cody Gakpo. We saw Liverpool losing again last night in the Carabao Cup, getting kicked out of that. But I know Arne Slot played the young kids because of the next fixtures. It's Aston Villa, Real Madrid and Man City. If Liverpool lose those 3, that's 9 losses out of 10. And then Arne Slot's job will definitely be on the line. The only silver lining for Liverpool is Salah's goal. What a brilliantly taken goal. Controlled it with his left foot, banged it in with his weaker foot. That was quite nice to see. Brentford, on the other hand, Keith Andrews doing an incredibly great job. I can still see them pushing for a Conference League spot. Bournemouth at home to Nottingham Forest. Comfortable win for Bournemouth, 2-0. Iriola marches on to the top 4. I think Bournemouth, seeing as they don't have any European football, and a lot of their competition for that 5th and 6th spot, even the 4th spot, should I say 4th, 5th and 6th spot, sorry. Because they don't have European football, they can really push for that. Semenyo didn't score in this one, but he was ever present. Him and Kluivert, Tavernier, Krupi's come on and for Ivan Nielsen's injury, and he's looking very, very good. So, yeah, Bournemouth a team to watch out for. They are this season's Nottingham Forest for me. Arsenal Crystal Palace. I thought that would be a better game. I thought Crystal Palace would put up a bigger fight, but I should have known. Arsenal are just too strong. They're looking unstoppable in the league. They've got a massive lead at the moment. They're 7 points ahead of Liverpool, even more ahead of Man City. They are not just unstoppable, you can't score against them, and that's the biggest thing. If you don't concede, you'll always have chances of winning games. Gyökeres still to score, however, so that will be a concern, and Saka went off with a bit of a limp. So let's see, but they've got the depth to cover. Then the other upset of the weekend, Aston Villa at home to Man City. No Haaland goal, no party. That's what I've been saying. If Haaland doesn't score, Man City are in trouble, and I've proved that again. Matty Cash looking very good, scoring another goal. And that moves Villa back up the table. Remember the first few games then when they were struggling and they couldn't score at all? That seems to be long gone and in the past now. Unai Emery got their team ticking along nicely. Wolves versus Burnley. I thought Wolves would pick up a point and start their surge out of the relegation zone. However, Burnley beat them 3-2 with my fellow South African Lau Foster scoring the winner right at the end. Wolves at the bottom of the log, conceding goals for fun. It looks like Wolves are going to be going down, probably in the place of Sunderland. And then the final game, which was a surprise upset for me, Everton at home against Spurs. I really thought Everton would pull this one through. Spurs winning 3-0 away from home at the new stadium. That pushes Spurs up to the third spot. That was a great result for them. Thomas Frank looking very good. But you know Spurs that can lose the very next game, which they did against Newcastle last night. Typical Spursy. But their surge in the Premier League continues, and they also look good for that top 4 spot. And that's the recap from the weekend. Let me know what you think. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, share it with your friends, and look out for tomorrow where I'll launch the preview of Game Week 10's games and highlight a few of my favorites. Cheers, take care, look after yourself.